Invoke the source by believing in the source in everything and everyone. Invoke the source by believing in the source in everything and everyone, because there's a source, there is the universe, there is the oneness in everything and anyone. So if you're having a conversation with somebody, invoke that part of it in front, whether they are your foe or they're your friend. Invoke that part of source and you will get a good response. You'll get a response like as if you're getting a response from source. Hey guys, welcome to the Awakened Reality, and you are with Krishwan. This is a little tricky subject, but I'm gonna talk to you about it. Invoke source in everything and everyone. How do you do that, Krish? How do you invoke source in a guy who is so negative, who is so out of touch of source, who's so out of touch of the universe, energy, all that kind of stuff? How do you invoke source in him? How do you invoke that part of source in him? How do you invoke that brightness in somebody who's so dark? And why? Why do you, first of all, why you want to do it is because of the fact that you want to have a good experience when you're communicating with someone. You want to have the brightest and the shiniest and a love-filled experience and a happiness-filled experience when you're communicating with everyone. You want to have good experiences, and that's why you're doing it for your own reality. But let's say a negative guy comes in, or a guy who's so far away, so out of touch with source, with love, with happiness, with feeling happiness, or he's depressed or something like that. How do you invoke source in that particular guy? Okay? Or in those type of particular people, or when you're around them, or when they are around you, or when you're in the same apartment. This can even be like father, mother, brother, sister, whatever. You know? Even close relationships as well. But how do you invoke the universe through them to communicate to you? Is by, first, step number one is to not look at them for who they are presenting themselves to be as. See, now source is in everything. Source is in them, in us, in the camera that I'm talking to, in the phone, in every living and non-living object. Source is there. That means they are living, and that means the person is living, and source is within them, as in the universe is present within them. The oneness that you are is also present within your foe, within your friend, within everybody. Okay, so now in order to talk to that universe rather than talking to the person that they're presenting, step number one is to not look at the person that they're presenting. If it's a negative vibe, if it's a positive vibe, great, go with it. But if it's a negative vibe, don't take their energy in. Don't take what they are presenting to you in. Don't process it. Instead, this is going to be tough and maybe or tricky, but this is the way. Instead, erase the way that you're looking at them. Erase the visualization that you're getting when you're looking at them. For example, if you look at a negative person for the third time, the first two times you've also already expected that he's going to be negative. You already first time you've judged that he's going to be negative. Second time you probably expected he's going to be negative. Third time you're expecting that he's going to be negative. So when you're expecting something, you're invoking that negative part of him, negative version of him, to be a part of your reality. Because you're the one completely manifesting your reality. Let me say that again. You are the one completely manifesting your reality. So every version of everybody is kind of manifested through you, because you've put that particular belief system or that particular expectation of how that personality is going to be. When you see, already you've put it on the person, and when you see that person, that expectation springs up. Mostly that expectation springs up from the past, from how they have shown you who they are from the past, and they have probably come in with a negative energy, so you've already thought that okay, they are negative, and so they're going to be showing up that negative thing up again and again, because you're expecting it. And so it is that version of, since you're expecting it, it has to manifest. Since it's in your thoughts, it has to manifest, and that version is coming through them to you. So step number one, forget who they are, forget their personality, look at them like a brand new person. Okay, look at them like a brand new person with neutrality, with no expectations, good, bad, you don't know. Look at them as a brand new person. Number one, a clean slate. Okay. Number two is, from looking at them at a brand new person, look at all the things that they are good at. Look at all the things they are good at. You know why I'm asking you to look at all the things they are good at, even though there might be a lot of negativity in the past, or they might have shown that negativity before? Because I want you to get a newer version, a newer experience of that particular person, so that your reality can be good. The person can be negative to so many other people, but to your reality, if you want them to be good to you, if you want them to be nice to you, look at the positives in them and look only at that. Even if you're looking at the positives and they're exhibiting negatives, keep looking at the positives. See, a person can be naturally negative, okay? And they might not even know that they have that source element in them, that they are the creator of the universe. They might not know. And they might be negative to everybody. And then when they come to you and they be negative to you, and if you keep looking at them as a positive thing, oh, you're positive in this, but you're positive in, you can even talk to them and remind them every time they say something negative, but you know what, you've done this, so you can do it again. So as you keep reminding them of that positive element of themselves, and as you keep sending love themselves in a way, just send love, like you understand who they are, and then you're just trying to better the person by telling positive things. You're literally not bettering the person, but you're actually bringing up a positive version of themselves that is speaking to you. They might be in a negative end, okay, and they might be speaking negatively to everybody. But what you're doing is, since you're highlighting their positives constantly, no matter what, you're actually highlighting the things that you're kind of reminding them about another version of themselves. And when you're reminding them of another version of themselves, and when you're also being positive, they want to choose to be in that version of that positivity. So in a way, actually, you're taking the dominance and you're creating the energy of your whole reality, and they are just shifting from that negative version to this positive version that you're reminding them about. That, you know, these are the positive things in you. And be genuine, don't lie about it. Be genuine about what positive stuff that negative thing holds. Even if it's like they got a good fashion sense, tell it to them they got a good fashion sense, and appreciate them. And when you show them the version that they once were, you can actually bring back that version through them to you, to your experience. It'll kind of be weird, because to you alone he'll be positive, and to a lot of people he'll be negative. But that's none of your business, because the other people who are negative they're also manifesting the same thing. But you personally, you're changing your whole manifestation, as in you're changing the version of your foe. You're changing the version of your enemy from a negative person to the positive person. And so you're going to start seeing only the positive person. This is also an excellent way to diffuse negativity by, just slapping, like not slapping, by throwing at the person who's negative positive things about himself. Let's say there's a negative person talking to you, then start telling positive things about the person itself. You will invoke the positive side of him, this light side of him, the source side of him, the side of him that actually thinks about it and feels happy. You'll invoke that within him, and that's what you'll see as your reality. It's a difficult thing to do, because when you're surrounded by negative energy, a lot of people generally tend to fall into the negative energy. What I'm saying is, don't fall into it, but instead contradict it with positivity for yourself and for the other person. As in, also talk positive things about the person who's being negative. And then the negative person will remember the positive version of him, and he'll start bringing that up towards you. It'll become a habit. He'll be like, at one point, I swear, he'll come and tell you, or she'll come and tell you, dude, you're the only person I can talk to. Because of the fact that everybody else is negative towards him, and he feels that, dirty vibe with them. But with you, since you're highlighting his positives, and you're reminding of him or her of their positive version, they feel like they can confide in you. They feel like they can talk to you more. All that you're doing is, you are invoking source within them. You are invoking the light within them. You are invoking that by reminding them of the positive things that they are, the positive things that they can do, the positive accomplishments that they have accomplished. You see, This is how you can diffuse a negative situation into a positive one, number one. And number two, you can invoke source, you can invoke this universe, the thing that is connecting all of us, that life force, you can invoke that within the person by appreciating that person even though they are throwing negativity around. Try to find, because in a way you're reminding them of this version, this higher vibrational version, you're reminding them of this higher vibrational version that they truly are. And since you're reminding them, and they also want to be there, because internally they are hurting somewhere and they also want to find happiness, right? You're reminding them of these positive things, and that is bringing in happiness, and it's also bringing in happiness within them. So you're invoking source, you're invoking the universe within them. Powerful, huh? That's because you're creating your reality, and you can choose to create it however you want. Okay, so I'll wrap it right here. If you like this video, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell notification. And I'm a spiritual energy based life coach. My first session is free because I want everybody to give it a try. I want them to experience what I can offer to their lives at least once. So my first session is free, rest and all are paid. And if you like to book a session with me, go to flow.page/Krishwan or flow.page/theawakenedreality, and you can book a session with me. You can also get in contact with me before booking a session through any of the social media, the sites, links, comments, all these things. You can get in contact with me. I'm high on Instagram, I'm always on Instagram. You can hit me on an Instagram message or a Facebook message. Okay, and there's going to be 3 links over here again, and these new 3 links are 3 groups: a Facebook group, Telegram group, and WhatsApp group. And I post high vibrational content over there, grounding content over there. So if you want to, like, let's say you're in between the 4D and 5D, or the 3D and 5D, and you're like trying to analyze things and you want grounding and stability, you can join this group. You can take up the information and you can grow from it, you can learn from it, you can implement it, then again grow from it, learn, understand, implement. You can do this when you're in the group. So feel free to join the group if it helps you, if this thing will help you. And that's about it, guys. Bye.